So for those of you out there who stick around with this channel, Unreal ENT Network, and you guys know me by now, you've known that I've covered protesters and I've covered the whole political aspect of things. But now here today, I'm joined by Three Man Broadcast. The link to their channel will be down below. And today we're going to be talking about Donald Trump and pretty much politics in general. Now, for those of you out there who are like, oh, I want to watch anime stuff, we have videos prior to this where you guys can go ahead and just watch. But this is very important because this has to do with a whole bunch of stuff. And if you guys don't keep your mind open and you guys don't pay attention and if you guys don't take into consideration what we're talking about, it's going to affect you in some way, shape, or form. So, Brandon, I want to get your thoughts on Donald Trump. Now, believe it or not, like just remove the aspect of him trying to build this whole wall or whatever, because people aren't looking at as to what he's doing in terms of foreign policy, in terms of job growths and stuff. I wanted to know from you. First question being, who is it that you're going to be voting for this year and why? That is my first question to you. I'm just very curious to hear your thoughts on this.
Now when it comes to politics, I always tell people I'm really not one to vote
Right.
because I just feel that no matter who you choose, we're gonna be fucked anyway. I
Yep.
mean, it just doesn't matter because, and then once the next president is chosen, then they're gonna get blamed for the past president's mistakes, and they're gonna be like,
Yep.
oh, see, hey man, this is all his fault, and because they just need someone to blame. And I mean, I don't really think that the next president's going to fix anything, honestly. They'll do what they can, but nothing's promised because I don't even think they're able to make their own decision. I think they have to go through Congress and then
Oh,
Congress
absolutely.
agrees to let them do that. So, I mean, honestly, I don't even think I'm going to vote because there's really just no, to me, there's just no real good candidates. All I keep hearing about is either Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. And it's like Barry Sanders doesn't even exist really because no one's even talking about him as much. I mean, I really have not heard anything about what he's doing or people who support him. I just only hear about Donald Trump and how he's. People keep saying he's racist. Some people say he's not. Some people say he's against Mexicans and all this stuff and trying to get rid of people. And it's ridiculous.
It's pretty
And
crazy, man.
I mean, I've even heard people say, man, if Donald Trump gets elected president, we're gonna go back to slavery. I was like,
I
I'm
mean,
not
they,
gonna
they
get.
said the same thing about Barack Obama. They were like, well, when Obama gets put in office, all the white people are going to be put like in the fields and stuff, which is kind of silly because I was like, what the hell are you people talking about? So, that leads me to my second question. Do you believe Donald Trump is racist?
I mean, not really, because he's worked with black people before.
And
I
keep in
mean,
mind, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon is African American. So for those of you out there who are going to assume that he's white, he's not. So this is an African American here telling you that he believes that Donald Trump is not racist. Now that may seem a little taboo to some people. They might say, well, Brandon doesn't even know what he's getting himself into because Donald Trump has said this and he said that. So people are going to have like their opinions as to why you're wrong on this. But why don't you explain as to why you believe you're right and that he's not a racist?
like I say, he's worked with black people before, and I mean, unless they have actually seen, I'm pretty sure people are gonna try to chew me out about this, but unless they have actually seen or heard him do something and have proof that it happened, then they can't really say that just because everyone else is saying it. I mean, honestly, if he just wants to keep people off off the border and keep people from coming in, I mean, I can kind of understand just because it's just like, well, we kind of have too many people in the USA. We might not have enough resources for all these people to keep coming in here and just repeatedly feeding off. Because after a while, we're gonna run out of resources, and I mean that probably will be the end of the world at that point. But I mean, as far as him being racist, I really don't think he is because I just don't see it. In
Well,
my
I mean, I would have to say that like by him wanting to build this wall or whatever, people are gonna say, "Oh, that's racism," but people fail to forget that the fact that Germany is doing the same thing, Greece is doing the same thing, Turkey's doing the same thing, and they're not doing it to be racist or whatever. They're doing it to protect their borders and protect their people. Job growth. I mean, can you imagine having foreigners come in here and just take your jobs and stuff? Like, it's pretty messed up because what if you went to college, right? And you struggled to try to get like this one job, but at the end of the day, like you can't get it because some foreigner out there ended up getting it before you and stuff. Like, it's kind of unfair. So, I do disagree with a lot that Donald Trump says, but I do also agree with a lot as well. Again, as you said, politics is depending on where you stand, you're gonna get chewed out regardless. Because people often, more often than not, they don't want to agree with, or at least agree to disagree. Because as you just said, you believe that he's not racist, and I'm pretty sure that there are gonna be certain people in the comments saying, "Oh well, he is racist because he said this and this." Um, if you look at racism, which I hate racism, it exists no matter who you are, no matter what you are. Like, for example, right? If you're white, yeah, you're gonna be saying fucking racist slurs to your white friends and stuff. If you're black, yeah, you're gonna be like, yo, let's spread some cheese on that cracker. Like, everyone has their own racial, I guess you could say, statement behind what they say sometimes, or like their own motives. Everyone in this world is racist, and like in their own little way. Um, and that's something that I believe you can't entirely avoid. And especially like in the mainstream media, as you said, with Donald Trump talking about Mexicans and stuff, it could be convoluted in a way, like it could be misinterpreted. But at the same time, I can see why people are upset because he's just like, yeah, send all the Mexicans back and stuff, which is kind of messed up because I don't believe all Mexicans should be sent back. But what he's trying to say is the illegal ones, the ones that are here legally, you're good, you got the green light. But the ones that just came in here yesterday and shit, and that are taking all of our fucking food and resources and whatnot, he wants them to go. So between Hillary and Donald Trump, if you had to vote, who would you vote for and why? Because no matter who you vote for, you're going to be wrong. People are going to say, oh, well, if you're voting for Donald Trump, you're a racist and you're a bigot. If you vote for, and they're going to say, oh, you're opposed to Hillary Clinton because she's a woman, you're a sexist. But if you vote for Hillary, they're going to say, oh, well, Brandon, you're stupid because she killed millions of people, like, overseas and Benghazi and all that stuff. So, like, either way, we lose. But if you had to boil down and vote and pick for one candidate here, who would you pick and why?
Oh, it'd be Donald Trump hands down.
Oh shit, that wasn't even a second guess. He was like, "Yep, Donald Trump."
I
Why?
mean, it's just because Hillary Clinton just wants to do stuff that just to makes no sense to me, and I'm just like, first of all, she wanted. I heard she wanted to censor Family Guy, and I'm like, why? I mean,
Really?
yeah, I
Oh
heard she
hell
went.
no! Fuck that. That's
I was like,
automatic. That's automatic ban for me.
I was like, you can't, you just can't. People enjoy that show. People make a lot of money off of like showing that to people. So, but you can't just take that off the air. Talking about it's just too much for people to watch. Because I mean, that being said, I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff she's done. I mean, I've heard she's a liar. She said something. And people even have it like edited videos to where they have her saying one thing and then she goes back and says something else, and it's like she's a liar. So of course you don't want anyone who lies. And then Donald Trump, I want him because I had someone make a good point to me and said that Donald Trump has a lot of his own money, so
That's
he
true.
can't really be bought and had because a lot of people who get chosen, they're bought.
Yeah,
People
they're
pay
bought
them
out. Yeah,
like
wow. Yeah, man. Like ever since I've known you, you've never been into politics. But now that I'm talking to you about this is crazy because I've known you. It's coming up on 10 years, man, and we've never spoke politics. That's crazy. And now that you're telling me all this, I'm like shocked right now. Go ahead.
yeah. But like a lot of presidents who get chosen, they're bought, and they say, "Well, if you agree with us, we'll pay you this much. If you agree with us, then we'll pay you." I mean, see, Donald Trump has his own money, so he doesn't have to be bought. He can just say, "Well, I really don't agree with that." But of course, in his words, he's like, "Oh, you're stupid. We don't need that in here. So get out." So I mean, but they also said that he encourages a lot of like people to fight each other, and
Yeah, he
it's
does,
fun.
which is kind of scary because like, what if a country pisses him off? He's gonna be like, "That's it, off with his head, nuke." Like, I don't know, man. Like, trusting this guy with nuclear weapons. Think about that for a second. That's kind of
Yeah,
scary. Like,
he,
and he has a mouth. So my follow up question is, do you think his mouth is gonna get us in trouble?
well, I mean, shit. I mean, I guess because he just doesn't. I don't think he thinks about what he says. He just kind of says it.
Just
So I mean, he'll probably tell somebody they're fired just because
yeah, right. He fucking tells Russia, "You're fired." Uh, okay.
you're raising gas prices. Oh, you're fired. Get
Yeah,
out of here. Get him
exactly.
out.
I
I
don't
mean,
know, man. Like it just there are going to be people that are going to disagree with you in the comments, which I'm waiting for. But if you had to give your final thoughts on this, and if you guys want to see more of Brandon's content, again, the link to his channel will be down below in the description. Any final thoughts before we go here? Because I definitely want to do a follow up to this because as the months are leading on by, like this is just going to get more hot. So, any final thoughts before we go on this?
vote for Trump.
Oh my God. Thank you all for watching, guys, once again. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys leave a like. If you guys disagree or if you guys have any statement of your own, drop it down below. And we'll be seeing you all in the next video. Take it easy, guys. Peace.